What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. So today we've got a little bit of green, more than a little bit of green, a lot of green, but we're actually just barely above where we were yesterday at this time. So just keep that in mind. We've bounced back from the what appears to be a potential bottom, but before we go ahead and call that the bottom, which would have been around the $6,000 range. So let's take a look at that real quick so you guys know. So that next time you're talking to somebody, you could say, well, that was the bottom, right? 6106, 66,048. That appears to be close to the bottom of where we reached with Bitcoin. So that's about $6,000 Bitcoin. So mark that down in your mental database, saying that that's the bottom that we hit on February, what was it, 5th? So if we go back down below that again, you know, that number will be fairly irrelevant, but that could potentially be the bottom. Now, as far as determining the bottom, obviously, no one knows for sure. Anyone who's claiming they know probably would put out a disclaimer saying that they don't know for a fact, and that's what I would do also. For me, I like stability that lasts longer than 7 days. Now, there's no reason to suggest that 7 days is the magic number. There is no magic number, but I would like to see this move sideways and up for about 7 days. A sustained growth. Obviously, there will be a little bit of down and up, but something like this would look nice, but for 7 days. See, that was only 3 days. If we flash back on the chart, what you're really looking for is one of these. So this happened December 10 to about December 17. It doesn't have to, but, well, I guess it went from 418 billion to 570 billion. So that's the kind of growth we're looking. I mean, if this thing can climb back up to 500 billion over the span of the next 7 to 10 days, then I would be happy to suggest that we might be out of the woods. Now, with that being said, there are also other indicators that we've put out here on Twitter. So for any of you who know about a bull graph, so bull graphs, they typically do slopes like this, okay? So if you just take a bull graph and put it into the cryptocurrency world, you can see you have this. But a more realistic graph that was posted, by the way, these are the new ladies that are joining the Altcoin Buzz Ladies podcast. And you can check them on our Altcoin Buzz IO Twitter also. But what we have here, this is typically what you see. Notice this rebound and recovery area here, which is the complacency that if we look at our chart here over the last year, I guess you could say you saw that right here, even if we look at the last 3 months. The yearly is probably the best way to put that into perspective. So you saw that here and here. Now, to suggest that we're out of the woods based upon what you see with this graph, you know, right here, we did see panic yesterday. There is true panic in the air, especially as Bitcoin went through 7,000, then approached the $5,000 range before stopping at 6,000 thereabouts. So you can also access this Wall Street cheat sheet. Now, this is the typical market cycle, the psychology of a market. You can access this on Altcoin Buzz also. This was posted by Ernesto GM. So this is a retweet. But it's putting out the literature, the information to get you guys more in tune. See, here's the market cycle. So when it dips like this is where you guys buy here. Now, we did have some funky stuff happening, and I had some really weird questions coming in about this. Let me see here. I posted on what was it? Blockchain J. People are asking me about eCoin. I said I would not touch eCoin. I would not touch that with a 10-foot pole. I spelled pole wrong, so yet again, never won any spelling bees. But I knew after I posted, I was like, that's not how you spell pole. Clearly, that is unsustainable growth. I'm surprised that people are asking me if it's a good buy, especially after what we just went through. At what point do people stop asking or looking at all-time highs? It's time to buy, right? So if it's an all-time high, you guys should not be trying to buy. You see, when there's overconfidence, that's exactly what it is. It's overly confident. It's like MMA when you watch the fighters fight and they're overly confident, they're talking all this smack, and the other fighter is very calm, cool, and collected, and then goes in there and knocks him out in 32 seconds. You're like, wow, that's what happens when cockiness comes in. So I see that still, even right now in this recovery. So I try to avoid cockiness and overconfidence just as a matter of principle. And I would encourage you guys to consider it also, if possible, to avoid being overly confident and overly cocky. So what I also said was, for me personally, this I posted last night when we were at the very close to the bottom. I said I liked Electronium at 3 cents. You guys were asking me what coins I liked, and I did indicate Electronium. So let's take a look and see where Electronium is at now, if it's still in a buy zone at 5 cents. You know, at the end of the day, as you know, I don't give professional financial advice. I can't tell you what to do. And you guys have to take responsibility. You listen to these videos because you're looking for additional insight into coins. Not because I'm your financial advisor and we have a signed contract that says that in exchange for X value, you know, you guys don't share your portfolio growth with me. Therefore, we're not in any sort of contractual agreement. If I got a percentage of your portfolio growth, then we would be in a binding contract, right? But we're not. So I don't give professional financial advice. But for me, as a matter of opinion, at 5 cents, I would say Electronium is still a very nice buy for me. Although I'm not buying any more Electronium because at 3 cents, that was my target. Okay? Because I like to get things on really good deals. So as far as really good deals right now, there are some really good deals. One that has my attention is Nano. So let's take a look at Nano. 10.25. I really like Nano. Oh, VeChain. I like VeChain too. Maybe I'm supposed to also talk about VeChain. No, but Nano, I like the name. I like the currency aspect of it. I think names do play a factor, whether we like to admit it or not, especially as more of the herd comes in. They do take a liking to names. Look, we can say, oh, Jeff, I don't invest in coins because of the name. Look at what happened with Tron. If you're an investor, you could have gotten into Tron because you knew that there was going to be a fanfare behind that just based on the name. The same thing is going to happen with Nano. And the fact that it's got a strong tech behind it, formerly known as Ryblox. That's why Ryblox, a terrible name, sorry, for a brand, changed to Nano, because they got the memo that brand names do matter. So, especially as newcomers come into the market. Icon is another one of those with that name that we'd have to keep an eye on the tech. I've already done a video on Nano. You can check our channel. We're going to be doing a video on Icon, but if you're just in a hurry to get to the Icon information, this is a very awesome article that's on our Twitter that you can access, or just access it on our website. And it was put up there by Sebastian Iverson. So he's joined our team from the Altcoin Army, and he does really in-depth articles. As you can see, he went over a bunch of stuff on this Icon project. If you guys like to read it in literature, access it in literature, it's on our website, but you can access it through our Twitter. As far as everything else goes, I wanted to point out that we also have the U.S. Senate Committee in Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs on their website. This is the SEC Senate oversight, or the oversight role, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. You can watch this right here. It's a bit long. You'd have to fast forward to, I want to say, at least about 20 minutes in is when it starts. So you can also access this on our Twitter. I know a lot of this stuff is anchored in our Twitter, but truthfully, Twitter is like the spot to be for getting the information out to you guys. Even here, we put out news about the Bittrex now taking USD. You can do USD pairings, right? But if you need to access this, you can access it on our Twitter. So we've got a lot of stuff on Twitter that you guys can access, and this being one of them, the banking Senate oversight hearing. Or you can just go to banking.senate.gov and search. Okay, we're just trying to make things easy, and that's the advantage for us on Twitter. As far as my Twitter goes, stuff that I was talking about that you might be interested in, we have this Milton Friedman. If you don't know who Milton Friedman is, he was in the Reaganomics era. So Ronald Reagan, these are old school guys, old money, but he was very intelligent economist in his era. People agree or disagree with his policies just like they did with Greenspan. But it's interesting because he talks about e-cash in here. So this is an economist who saw the value in the internet and a need for an e-cash, i.e. Bitcoin. So this was 25 years ago, Milton Friedman. You can come onto my Twitter, or you can go to Dennis Parker and you can access that. So up to you how you want to access it. And other than that, I just wanted to say one more thing. And I mean this. This is true. This is genuine. I genuinely mean this. I don't just say things. That's why I don't overdo it. But hands down, the best and brightest people with intellect, humor, and vision are in the cryptocurrency movement. Resilience is everywhere, and I'm happy to be a part of it with all of you. I've seen so much clarity and vision and determination and strength coming out of the people in this community and in this movement, especially with altcoin buzz, but elsewhere. You guys inspired me more than I probably inspired you at this point. I mean, that's how much inspiration I was getting from you guys. So, like I said, we're not necessarily out of the woods, but man, you guys are a tough brand of dudes, and girls also. We've got a lot of women coming into the altcoin buzz army, and that's cool because, you know, it balances out some of that testosterone, right? Anyways, guys, so shout out to, like, literally, I'll probably have to say pretty much each and every single one of you. Each and every single one of you. Even the ones with the naughty attitudes at times that get all bent out of shape when we call out a cryptocurrency. I think you guys still hung in there and checked back in with us and got in there with us. I mean, you all hung in there. So we can't, you know, people make errors, including myself, you know, so if you got a foul attitude, but you still hung in there, I mean, that's all good. You know, now you live and learn a little bit, right? So we'll see you guys next time. This is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. You can subscribe to this channel if you like videos like this, and turn on that bell if you want notifications from us as we continue to cruise along here. Like this, I should have put a SpaceX Falcon. What is it? By the way, you asked me if I like SpaceX. Of course I like SpaceX. Is that even a question? No, I'm just kidding. I like everything Elon Musk. If you're not already following Elon Musk, you should. But here's the Falcon Heavy. I should have put that on there. And look at, I think I'm following it from my personal account. So I'm going to follow Tesla, follow NASA. I'll even follow the ESA. So make sure you're following Elon, man. This guy runs Tesla, SpaceX, and Solar City. Heck, while we're at it, might as well follow Tim Cook. By the way, if you guys are looking to see who to follow in the cryptocurrency space or just in tech in general, you can go to Blockchain J and you can follow most of the people that I follow. I'm following 115 people, but I mean, you can see who I'm following on here. Peter Thiel, Crypto Investor, Richard Branson, the Winklevoss twins, Jeff Bezos from Amazon, Cliff High, the White House, QuantStamp, Box Mining, Eddie Crypto. He's from the altcoin army. He's got a positive outlook, so I follow some of you guys in the altcoin army who have a positive outlook on things. Altcoin Sarah. Here was another guy with a very positive outlook from the altcoin army. So I do follow some of you guys. Just don't follow everyone because I have to, you know, keep my newsfeed strong. Now I got this guy, Changpeng Zhao from Binance. Keep up with this guy. This guy, he'll steady the ship alongside you. He's the Binance guy. Rick Falkvina, he's a big timer in the industry. And then, Brian Armstrong from Coinbase, Mike Bloomberg, you know who he is. Got an icon on here, Charles Hoskinson. Arturo Carter, he's another one of the guys that keep it really positive. And so these are the people that I follow if you want to keep up with them. Altcoin Buzz ladies, Nicholas Merton, Data Dash, Superman, Vinny Lingham, he's from Civic, McAfee's wife. So Bill Gates, Dr. Julian Haas, Ethos, the guy who claims to be Satoshi, but we'll see. Ray Dalio, Lloyd Blankfein. Yes, I do follow some bankers. So anyways, if you're looking for people to follow, if you feel like your newsfeed isn't popping off enough, which can happen when you first start out, Richard Taylor, he's from our team here. So we'll see y'all next time.